All right, today we're jumping into something that's absolutely essential for any virtual desktop setup, the Omnissa Horizon Replica Connection Server. We're going to break down what it is, what it does, and most importantly, why you should really care about it.
So, to really wrap your head around why this is such a big deal, let's try a little thought experiment. Just imagine your entire company works in one single office building. And this building, it's only got one door. What happens if that one single door gets locked?
Yeah, it's a total disaster, right? Everything just stops. Nobody can get in, which means no work gets done. Productivity grinds to a dead halt.
And that locked door scenario? It's the perfect way to talk about our first big idea here. In the tech world, we have a name for this: a single point of failure.
See, in the IT world, that one locked door, well, that's a single server. If your entire virtual desktop infrastructure is leaning on just one connection server, and that server goes down, you've basically just locked out every single one of your users. The result is exactly the same: a total shutdown.
So, the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we build more doors to make sure business keeps flowing and we avoid that kind of catastrophe? Well, that's where the Replica server makes its grand entrance. You can think of a replica connection server as a super smart clone of your main server. Its entire reason for being, its whole job, is to provide what we call high availability and redundancy. Basically, it's there to make sure there's always an open door for your users, no matter what. But here's the thing, this isn't just about having a spare tire in the trunk, waiting for a breakdown. It's all about these servers actively working together. And that collaboration? That's where the real power of teamwork is unleashed.
And this leads us to a really clear, non-negotiable rule. For any serious, honest-to-goodness production environment, the absolute minimum is 2 servers. Having just one is a gamble. Having 2 is a strategy. It's your foundation for resilience. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, with a single server, you're just living with this constant risk, a single point of failure, limited capacity, and you're always vulnerable to downtime. But when you add replica servers, wow, you flip the script completely. You get high availability, you get load balancing to handle way more users, and you get true, honest-to-goodness business continuity.
Okay, so how does this teamwork actually play out? It's actually pretty brilliant. You have your multiple servers sitting behind a device called a load balancer. Think of it like an air traffic controller for your user traffic. It intelligently spreads out all the incoming connections across all the available servers. So if one of those servers suddenly fails for any reason, the load balancer just instantly and automatically redirects that traffic to the other healthy servers. The user, they have no idea anything even happened. Their work is completely uninterrupted. It's seamless.
Right, but for that seamless failover to work, every single server needs to be on the exact same page, reading from the exact same script. So the obvious question is, how in the world do they all stay in sync?
And this is where it gets really cool. Once you install it, a replica server isn't just some backup copy. It becomes an identical twin to the main server. I mean, everything, every configuration, every user permission, all the data is perfectly mirrored, and it happens in real time.
And you know, getting this set up is way easier than you might think. First, you just use the same standard installer you already have to add a replica. From that moment on, the system just takes over, automatically replicating all the critical data to keep everything synchronized. And the best part? You can manage the entire fleet from just one single central console, which makes life for an admin so much easier.
Okay, so let's pull back for a second and look at the big picture here. When you get right down to it, this entire design, this whole concept, is built for one thing: business continuity.
So, let's boil it all down. What are the big wins here? First, you get redundancy, which means you've killed that single point of failure, no more locked doors. That in turn creates high availability, so your users can always get to their work. This also gives you incredible scalability, letting you handle thousands of connections as you grow. And all of that together, that's what we call business continuity. It's what keeps your operations humming along no matter what happens.
And that really brings us to the final crucial question you should be asking yourself. After looking at all of this, you have to consider your own systems and ask, is your infrastructure built to fail, or is it truly built to last?